Hi, I'm Marcus Jackman, the pastor at Copper Hills Church in Harriman, Utah. This is Gleanings, as we feast on the Word of God in the margins of everyday life. Utah, the state where we are, is in a drought, an official drought. This is not a picture of my front yard, but it's to the point where officials are recommending a 5% reduction in water usage, encouraging people in our part of the state not to turn on their sprinklers just yet. We're in a drought. And you could feel it in your skin. You could feel the arid conditions. And you could see it in the landscape. But this morning, not quite out of the blue because it was out of the gray, but this morning it started to rain. I feel like it has already rained more in 2021 than it did of all of 2020. My lawn is getting quenched right now. It was not something that we did and we built up ourselves. It is an outside quenching, but we're still in a drought. We're still at a deficit. And that made me think of the Beatitudes. In Matthew chapter 5, Jesus is teaching the crowds, and he says, among many other things, he says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied." Hunger and thirst, to hunger and thirst for something is about what you need for life, that you can't supply or generate by yourself, something that you are desperate for, without which you are doomed, and which can eventually just consume every thought of yours. That's what it is to thirst. And Jesus says, those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, and outside righteousness, a desire that we need something for life that we cannot supply ourselves, but we have to wait for, ask for. So how would you describe your thirst for righteousness today? However you're doing right now, today. Is your thirst more like, I'd like to sit on the front porch and lazily sip a sweet tea? Or is your thirst more like, hey, I really need a sports drink or a lawnmower beer after some hard workout in August? Or is your thirst like this land here in the picture? Is it dying without that water? And the thought of the water rolling over you, the thought of quenching your thirst rolling over you, penetrates every cell of your body. Do you long for that righteousness to be in you, giving you what you need for life? To have Jesus Christ by faith, to trust in him, is to have that righteousness. Is to have an outside quenching of righteousness that you thirst for. And he could be yours. And if you have him, regardless of your experience for your own and your desire for your own personal holiness, you are quenched. You are satisfied. You will have now everything you need for life, and in the future, you will have everything you need for joy before God, before a holy God. You'll have that righteousness. Go in his grace and peace today. Go knowing that your thirst is quenched by Jesus, like a rain falling on a dry, thirsty land. Bless you today.